Hey guys, Britt here. Welcome to End Times Bible Prophecy. Make sure to hit the subscribe, like, and share buttons. Well, I'm moving on to something new. And if you've enjoyed the End Times Bible Prophecy newsletter in the past, or you enjoy these regular Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos that I put out, I think you're going to like what we're talking about today. I've alluded to this in some past videos that something good was coming. And today we're going to talk about that. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm moving the current End Times Bible Prophecy newsletter, for those who are subscribed to that, that's moving from MailChimp to Substack. And we're going to talk about what that means, because that means the rollout of a lot more content in the future. So let's take a look at what it is I'm talking about right here. So as you can see, if you go to brittgillette.substack.com, you'll find this. And when you do that, this will pop up. And so if you want to sign up to the newsletter, if you want to receive notifications of these videos when they come out, or any of the other content that appears on the Substack, all you have to do is type your email in, hit subscribe, and you will receive those email notifications. If you're already signed up to the End Times Bible Prophecy newsletter and you've been getting it for months or years, you don't have to do anything. Starting Wednesday with Wednesday's video, this will simply transition from MailChimp to Substack automatically. You probably won't even notice anything except the size of the email header is a little bit different, and that's about it. If you want to go to the Substack and read what's on there, but you don't want to subscribe because you don't want to get the email, that's fine too. Just hit no thanks. And again, I want to note, all this is free. This subscribe doesn't mean you're paying. You simply put your email in, hit subscribe. You'll receive those email notifications for free. If you want to come check this out and see what new content's on there, just hit no thanks, and you will get this. So right now, as you can see here, there's not much on here right now, but that is going to change very quickly in the days ahead as I add new content to this. But this has been a long time in coming. I started this idea back in January 2022. At that time, I thought, well, I chose to do videos first for various reasons, knowing that eventually this would be coming. And as many of you know, we were building a new house, we were moving, there was a whole bunch of things going on. Finally got to the point where this could be launched, and launched correctly. So if you go there, you will get this initial post about announcing that this move has taken place that'll describe a lot of what's going to come, God willing, and I think you're going to like it. So here's a thumbnail, just a screenshot of the End Times Bible Prophecy newsletter as we saw in the past, right? So this was a monthly newsletter that I sent out for many years. Maybe a 1,500 to 2,000 word article was typically what was in that. And then, as many of you know, what happened was events in the world started speeding up so fast that I just couldn't keep up. I couldn't write about them fast enough because it would take hours to put together just this one article every month. And eventually I got to a point where I said, there's a dozen things I want to talk about this month, and I can only really talk about one. So I decided, well, a more efficient way to do that would be to do these videos where I just turn on a camera, start talking, tell you what I think, turn it off, upload it, and you can watch it. And so I was able to get more content out that way. Now I've got some even more efficient things that we're going to talk about in a moment, but you may say, well, why Substack? Why this? Let me X out of that. But first of all, it's a centralized location where I can put a lot of content, videos, articles, notes, which we're going to look at in a moment, but it's a one-stop shop where you can go to get all of this information in one place. Also, very important, the lack of censorship. So Substack proved itself in the midst of the pandemic as being one of the platforms that did not censor. Now, I realize that could change in the future, but for the moment, Substack is a place where free speech prevails, so we should reward that. But also, what this does is it enables me to talk about topics that I couldn't talk about on certain platforms. Many of you are probably watching on some of those platforms right now. So maybe certain things that have taken place in the last few years. Now I can do videos about those things or write articles about those things, whatever I want to do. And if I don't want to post them to those platforms, well, I can put it over here. You'll get an email saying this is a video exclusive to the Substack. Again, you'll be able to go free of charge just like you would on those other platforms, but it won't be censored. And moreover, we'll have a direct connection that they cannot sever, that big tech can't come in and say, certainly they can shadow ban certain things on their platform, but if you're signed up to the Substack, we have a direct link. You're receiving an email from me, so they can't bury the content if it doesn't match the narrative that they want. You'll get that direct link. And even if Substack tomorrow decided, we're going to follow the lead of all these big tech platforms and we're going to start censoring, maybe we'll ban Britt from Substack. What's different is on YouTube, I have no idea who the subscribers are other than people who leave comments, and I have no idea how to have a direct connection with any of those subscribers. But on Substack, I control that email list. So if Substack ever decided to censor, I just take that email list and I move it to a new platform, and instantly we have that direct connection again. And I think that's going to be very important in the days ahead because we're seeing this global censorship regime. We're seeing it everywhere. It's happening in countries all over the world. So we can't take it for granted that we have this connection now. We need to make sure we're doing everything possible to stay linked together. So what does all this mean? What will change? Well, God willing, I will still do all of these Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos that we've done in the past. So those will continue. They'll be posted on Substack with links to those platforms. If you like receiving emails about that, you'll get those through Substack. This also means that I'll be able to post articles. So the End Times Bible Prophecy newsletter, while it may not be necessarily called that in the same way, a monthly article, it may become more than a monthly article. Many articles per month may be coming out through this. God willing, I'll have one next week that's going to come up and be on here that I think you'll all like. But, how am I able to do that? Talk about that in here. I built this stand-up desk here with little pieces from IKEA. It's exactly measured to my height, so I can stand there. I'm not sitting in a chair all the time. That gives me more energy. I've updated my old computer, all the old software that was on it. I now have new software where I can dictate. So in the past, when I did, say, a draft of the End Times Bible Prophecy newsletter, it might take me 3 hours just to create a draft. Well, now that I can dictate that, the first dictation, I dictated this initial post, took 40 minutes. So as I get better at that dictation, because there's things you have to do, you have to, speak out all the punctuation like comma and period and new paragraph, all of those things. As I get used to that, I'll be able to dictate those rough drafts much more quickly, maybe 30 minutes. So if I go from 3 hours to 30 minutes, that means I can create 6 articles in the same amount of time it used to take me to make one. That's a big deal, guys. So, and many of you many of you prefer written articles to videos. And also a lot of those written articles, I'll be able to provide more in-depth information, links, images, all sorts of things that maybe don't lend themselves to the medium of a video. But guys, this, is going to enable me to be more efficient and to be able to get more content out. So expect more videos, more articles. We also have, if you go back to this homepage for the Substack, there's a feature called Notes. So the notes, it's very much like Twitter or even like a Facebook post where I can give a short just statement where I can say, hey, check out this article. I think you might like this article, or you might like this video. So I'll be able to put out basically my thoughts in real time as to what I'm reading, what I'm listening to, things that I think you might be interested in that maybe don't necessarily merit creating a video or an article featuring those things, but I can put those up here and they can be commented on, they can be shared, all of that. I have a link here that has an archive of all the videos that I've done over the past several years, an archive that'll have all of these articles and videos as they're created. So there's going to be a lot popping up here. Again, right now, it's just this initial post. Go check out the initial post. If you want to sign up, feel free to sign up. Check this out, guys. So there's more to come. I'll put a link to this in the description of the video, as well as pin it at the top of the comments. Again, if you're already signed up to the End Times Bible Prophecy newsletter, you don't need to do anything automatically. This will be transitioned over, so you'll start receiving Substack emails starting on Wednesday, and then God willing, this will fill up very quickly with a lot more new content. So guys, I've said in the past, when you're running a race and you can see the finish line, let's say you're running a marathon, which frankly I've never done. I have no experience running that, but I have run 8-9 miles at a time. When you see that finish line approaching, it's time to sprint and to go all out. You don't go, oh, okay, I see the finish line, I'm going to take 10 minutes and lay down. You just don't. That's not the approach that an athlete would take. And Paul tells us we should be training like athletes. So that's what I'm attempting to do here. Again, I've moved from a time where I sat all the time doing work throughout the day to now where I'm standing. That gives me more energy because it doesn't drain my energy like sitting does. I stand for all of these videos, for those who have noticed. I'm trying to eat better. Lost 9 pounds since the beginning of the year. I'm trying to get more sleep, more time with my wife and children and family and friends. Just try to have good work-life balance that gives me the energy to create more, because we can see the end approaching and know we need to spend whatever time we have as efficiently as we can. And so upgrading some of these tools and software, using dictation, using platforms like Substack that automate a lot of the things that aren't directly content related, that enables me to focus more on content and creation to get this information out and share information with as many people as possible. So constantly trying to push this envelope as far as I can to be as effective as I can without burning out. You don't want to sprint so much that you burn out by any means, but there are things that we can do to become more effective, and hopefully this is one of those things. So guys, check out the link in the comments or in the description. Go check out the Substack. I hope to see you there. And again, stay tuned for more content. And again, maybe even videos that don't appear on the platforms you're watching right now, because they're special content those platforms don't like, or articles, all sorts of things. Guys, this is exciting. I'm excited about this. I hope you are too. So, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Make sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And God willing, I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.